Hi everybody, welcome to my vlog. I am in a new studio space right here in Miami, so it looks a little different. So in this vlog I want to talk to you guys about my recent trip to Egypt. We were in Egypt at the end of August, beginning of September I think it was. So I was speaking to my aunt and I told her it's time for us to get our fifth continent. I said, I was thinking that maybe we can do Morocco. And she was like, yeah, Morocco sounds nice, but one of the places on my bucket list is Egypt. So I was a little hesitant, at first because I didn't know what the situation was down there. Even though, you can't really trust everything that you hear on the news, but I was not 100% sure that that would have been the best option. And my heart was already set on Morocco. I was gonna go camp out in the desert. I already had plans. But she told me, she was like, it's been on my bucket list for years, so I would really like to go. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll go, we can always go to Morocco. So we caught a flight from Fort Lauderdale to Norway. Norwegian Air was about 2 to 3 hours late. So when we got to Norway, we missed our flight to Cyprus, which was the connecting flight to Cairo. So I'm stressed, I don't know what to do. The Airbnbs were already paid for, and we weren't supposed to go to Egypt that day, but we were supposed to be in Cyprus that day. Our passports were already stamped saying that we had left the country because we had already went through border patrol and everything. But as soon as we got in front of the gate, the flight was gone. They told us, they said, well, there's no need to panic. We're gonna put you on a flight directly to Cairo, but unfortunately it's going to be from Denmark. So I'm like, whatever you guys need to do, just as long as I am in Egypt on the day that I need to be in Egypt. That's it. And so they put us on a flight to Denmark. They paid for our hotel, they paid for taxi, they gave us food vouchers. So we spent a day in Denmark and then we were off to Egypt on Egypt Air. From the air, trying to see if I can see any pyramids or anything like that. When you get into Cairo airport, you know you are in the gateway of somewhere. That's what it feels like. My little cousin who's 15 years old, she wanted to stay in the airport just to watch the people because everybody was dressed up. They were decked out in traditional outfits and it was just so beautiful, just an array of color, an array of people. We got our visas, we got our currency exchanged, and then we were headed towards our Airbnb. So we were on the highway for about 45 minutes. That's something to keep in mind when you are going to Egypt. If you are gonna rent a car, be prepared, the traffic is bananas.
Everybody making sure they know we're there.
So we finally get to our Airbnb, and when we get to our Airbnb, we meet Ash, our Airbnb host, who is hands down the nicest Airbnb, the best Airbnb host that we have had thus far. He takes us on a tour of the apartment, it's really nice, and he proceeds to go on the balcony in the master bedroom, and he opens the door. And when he opens the door, my breath leaves my entire body. The pyramids of Giza are right there. Like, they are right there. And I am just freaking out. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm smiling right now because I'm reliving that moment and how I was just so excited. My aunt was getting emotional. She was about to cry. My cousin was Snapchatting. Like, we were like, oh my God, the pyramids of Giza. It was just crazy. So we talked for a little bit with our Airbnb host and we were telling him how we were hungry and we wanted to go get something to eat. So he drove us to this pizzeria that wasn't too far away from the Airbnb. So we're sitting on the side of the street. We order our pizza, we're sitting down outside and it hits me. It hits me like a ton of bricks. I am in Cairo. I am on the side of the street at 1:30 in the morning having pizza in Cairo, Egypt. Like, that just blew me away. Like, I can't even describe to you how that felt. Like, you can see the big smile on my face right now. Like, I'm reliving that moment right now. It was just so amazing. So once we were done having our pizza, we went over to a hookah bar.
You have to turn that off. You have to turn that off.
What? Come.
You have to turn it off unless you're going to try it. Turn it off.
Okay, one call. You try it.
So the next morning we met our tour guide, Tarek, who was very knowledgeable about everything having to do with Egypt. And so we went to the very first pyramid. We saw that. Once we were done doing that, we went to a second site. I can't remember the name of it, but we saw some more monuments. And then I fell asleep in the car. All of us fell asleep in the car, and we could no longer continue because we were up until 4 o'clock the night before, smoking up hookahs and eating pizza like a bunch of teenagers. I blame Ash, I really do. But it was great times, but got up late. I have to blame somebody, right? So we got up late, and unfortunately I was sleepy. And so we decided that we were just gonna go back to the Airbnb and just sleep. So we slept for like 4 or 5 hours. And I was speaking to our host, and I told him, I said, you know what, I always wanted to just ride at good speed. And so he said, well, give me 3 days and you will be riding across the Sahara Desert as fast as possible. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's not that I didn't believe that he could do that. I didn't believe that I could do that. Those are two different things. And so he's like, no, I'm gonna teach you the Egyptian way. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what the Egyptian way is, but whatever it is, I don't think that I have it in me to, you know, to do something like that. So he was like, no, we go tonight. And I'm like, okay, fine. So we go downstairs, and right before the sun is up, well, at least right, like maybe an hour before the sun is about to set, I get on a horse, my aunt and my cousin, they get on camels, and we ride out to the Sahara Desert. Like, listen, in 100 years, you wouldn't have told me that I would have been doing all of this stuff. So we're like riding out of the village, and then we get to this like opening, and the Sahara is right in front of you. Like, bam, bam, sand dunes everywhere. Like, the Sahara Desert is right in front, and of course inside I'm freaking out again. My horse's mouthpiece is broken. Say hi, Ashi.
Hi, Ashi. Hi, Nikki. Now Nikki, because she's riding the horse very badly.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's true, and she should break this turn.
No, he wants to be free. He's my spirit animal, and he wants to be free. And so he was like, "You're not gonna have any bridle or reins." I'm not sure which one that is.
That's very rough with the horse.
He says he wants to be free. Antino's on camel. When we get there, he was like, I mean, literally, he was just like, okay, so now we are going to gallop. And I'm like, bruh, are you sure? What about the basics? So he showed me how to stare, I think. Yeah, he showed me how to stare the horse. He showed me how to stop. And that was it. And he's like, no, we're going to gallop now. And I'm literally freaking out because I'm like, no, you have to show me how to do the basic stuff first. That's how it works. And he's like, no, this is the Egyptian way. We go now. And he grabs the reins of my horse, and we just go galloping, and I am freaking out. During that time, I'm still screaming, this is wonderful! And he's like, I know he's looking at me like, this is a crazy girl, she's really crazy. And then we go at it again, and he's like, okay, this time we're gonna go faster. And I'm looking at him like, I mean, I don't have on the right shoes. This is the very first time that I'm doing this, but it does not matter because we're doing it the Egyptian way. And he grabs the reins again, and he just dashes forward, and my horse is just best experience that I've ever had outdoors. Best experience. That night, we stayed at the tea stop. We were at the tea stop for a little while, and the sun had already set. We were just talking. We were just talking.
She will never lie. She
has a vendetta against me.
No way! This is
She's
not
afraid!
It. This is not it!
And it was just so beautiful to just be in the moment. The stars are above, the city is beyond, and you're just sitting in the Sahara Desert. Like, that is one of the moments. And I turned to my aunt and I'm like, you know, can you believe this is where we're at? You know, so that was the first day. Good morning, Egypt. So those are the pyramids of Giza that we're going to see today. Those are ducks, by the way. We're going to go see them today. We're going out to the desert. Can't wait.
I touch it. There you go.
Once we were done with the pyramids, we ended up going to the Cairo Museum, or the Egyptian Museum, to the Citadel, Salah ad-Din Citadel. We went there. We went to the Muhammad Ali Mosque, and we went to other mosque that I can't remember the name of, but that was a different experience. I had never been to a mosque before, and it was during prayer time. Egypt was going to be that great, that fun, that the energy was going to be that good, I would have stayed in Egypt for a longer period of time, and I wouldn't have jet straight to Greece after 2 days. Because our thinking was, we're just gonna go to Egypt, we're gonna see this, and the next, and we are gonna get out of there, because we didn't know what we were going to encounter once we got there. So anyway, so that night after we ordered our food or whatever, I wanted to go on a felucca ride because I had seen it on the internet, and I'm like, I want to go on the Nile. I want to go on this felucca ride. So I told our Airbnb host about it, and he was like, sure, I can arrange that for you. But you're gonna have to go right before you get on the flight. So I'm like, okay, fine. I wanted to go in the daytime, but the nighttime, I guess, is just as good. It was a private felucca ride, so it was just me, my aunt, our Airbnb host, and my cousin. And the scene, the setting, it was just so perfect. The waves were calm, the moon was out, and this gorgeous Arabic song was being played. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like, I was just so happy until I felt my heart was going to just burst open, because that's how great that experience was. So it was definitely one of my top 5 moments. Once we were done with the felucca ride, we got back into our with Mustafa, who was our driver. By the way, Mustafa, he, oh my gosh, just the nicest guy ever. And that was that. So I want to talk about the 3 things that you're gonna like when you get to Egypt, or at least the 3 things that I liked when I was over there. It was definitely how cheap the food is, how cheap everything in Egypt is. That would be number 1. Number 2, the people. Number 3 is the food. So that was my trip to Egypt. And like I said, when you go to these places, be sure to have an open mind about things, and people are living their lives. Oh, and be sure to bring a scarf. I had a scarf on everywhere that I went. When you go to the mosques, you have to wear something over your head, so the scarf was good for that, and was good to block me from the sun. Egypt, hands down, the best vacation, best experience I have had in my life. It's gonna be super hard for any other country to top that, like really. So thank you everybody for stopping by. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you are on Facebook, make sure to like the Facebook page. And that is it. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, that's what a country says.
My friend, he gave you another gifts. Thanks God that he bring for all. Because I just found one.
Thank you. And what are they?
This is, it's the petals.
Beatles.
Thank you.
This is card. This is good luck.
Scarab.
This is necklace.
Oh.
Necklace like this. As you see, all of them they say for the good luck. But actually I said that this is, it's representing the first name for what? For the sun.
Ra.
Ra. Those pyramids, except the step pyramids, we found 70,000 jars made out of alabaster. Some of these jars, they was all with gold.